Juneteenth is, of course, a celebration that was established June the 19th, 1865 in Galveston, Texas. It had to do with slavery and the abolishment of slavery. Of course, as we know, slavery is one of the worst atrocities that occurred against the people in the history of America, in the history of this world. And so I would say that was one of the worst things that has happened in American history. So when we talk about Juneteenth, we're talking about one of the best things that happened in America's history. Because if slavery was one of the worst things that happened in America's history, then the end of it and the abolishment of it would have to be one of the best things that ever happened in America's history. So that's why we celebrate Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a commemoration of all of those people who fought against slavery, who fought to abolish slavery. And as we all know today, no one should be a slave to anyone. No one should even be a slave to any condition, any situation, whether it be health or whatever. We don't want to be enslaved in any kind of way. We all want to be free. So why is Juneteenth important? Freedom is important. To be able to be a member of your community is important. To have dignity is important. To be able to love your family and be loved by your family is important. And all of these things are underneath the umbrella of Juneteenth. I think the other question was, why should these events, what is the importance of continuing these events? Because of future generations. We have babies being born every day. They need to know history. History is important. History is, to us as a people or as communities and families, is like all these trees. History is like the connection that history has with a people is the same connection that a tree, these trees behind me, have with the roots that grow them. Once you sever the roots from a tree, what's going to happen to the tree? So once you sever the history from a people, what is going to happen to the people? So unfortunately, the African American story has a separation of the people and the history, and that was because of slavery. So, events like this have to sustain. They have to be available to those future generations so that we can put as many pieces of this puzzle together as possible. Knowing the contributions that you have made as a people is important to your esteem, your confidence, and your well-being. So it's very important. These things are all very important. I would like to say, I hope I answered your questions. I would like to say that I want you to know that in 8 years, Juneteenth Atlanta has become one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the world. Our goal in producing Juneteenth is to offer a parade that is identified as Black History. So we do the Juneteenth Atlanta Black History Parade. We would like to build the largest parade in the country that displays all of the positive aspects and the contributions and there are many of them. It's like this parade would have to be probably 100 miles long, if not 1,000, to display all of the contributions that have been made by enslaved African people of descent, as well as all the way to today and before, post-slavery, pre-slavery. And so, if you all are familiar with the Macy's Day Parade, imagine a Macy's Day Parade all about Black history. That's what we want to do. That's what we're attempting to do. And when we say Black history, we're not excluding other races. Black history comes from the aftermath of being enslaved for 1619, they say from 1619 to 2019, that's 400 years of surviving some of the worst conditions afflicted against the people. And as we witness all of these police, just the social injustice, the way that certain people are treated, getting pulled over. We go through a whole, different set of circumstances than if we were of a different race. So, and I know that we all understand that now because it's national news. But, man, I just have so much. Let me leave you all with this right here. Each child that is born, when they take their first breath, they breathe in and they inherit from their umbilical cord everything that happened before their first breath. And it is in them because it flows through the blood. So when we say we're commemorating and remembering our ancestors, we are basically commemorating ourselves because we are our ancestors, and that stands for all people. I really have to go now, and I hope this was helpful. And we would like to invite everyone to visit our web page, which is www.juneteenthatl.com. And we are working on really, keeping you posted with our event and what we're doing. We weren't able to do our event this year, but not on the actual event dates, but we will be doing our event in 2020 as soon as we can, as soon as these things, the COVID-19 gets a little more under control and we're able to do events again. So, we would like for you to feel welcome to visit our website and stay posted on what we're doing. And, we would love to have anyone that's interested in participating or coming out and speaking on any level. You're invited to do that. And I'll be available, Christine, at any point in time for, more discussions, information, what have you. And I would just like to say thank you to you, Christina, for calling us and giving us this opportunity to share a little bit about our event and, what we're trying to accomplish. So everybody be safe. Thanks again. This is Bob Johnson, Juneteenth Atlanta Parade and Music Festival, signing out.